This is Inside the Beehive, the podcast that takes you behind the scenes of Team Visma Lease a Bike.
Welcome to Inside the Beehive, the off-season tapes recorded in our team bus, parked somewhere in Europe, and published on our podcast channels, but also on our YouTube page. Is it a podcast? Is it a video interview? You decide. We talked to some of the main protagonists of Team Visma Lease a Bike of the past cycling season, and in this episode we sit down with Jonas Vingegaard, winner of the Vuelta ao Algarve. People tend to forget fast. Second in the Dauphiné, second in the Tour de France, and winner of 3 stages and the GC of La Vuelta 2025.
Inside the Beehive.
Welcome to the podcast, Jonas. Happy to have you here. To start off with an easy question, what's your opinion on podcasts?
Well, I think it's okay. I like it sometimes to listen to in training, and I enjoy it to listen to it myself.
What do you listen to?
Mostly Danish, also actually some cycling related podcasts.
Can you name one, or you want to not make them aware of you listening to them?
Normally I don't make commercials for anyone, but no, I listen to Forhjulsliv, it's called in Denmark, and I enjoy it.
Okay, good to hear. But you wouldn't be against like a permanent setup, podcast setup here in the bus? We can make it a bit smaller than it is now.
So you mean that everything we say in the bus is going on
No, then that's already the case.
Yes? Okay, then we have to be more careful about what we say in the bus.
No, but we can make it like there in the small office. We can kick out 1 or 2 DSs and make a podcast set there.
Yeah, I think anyway we have too many DSs in the race, so we can just get rid of 2 of them and then we can do it there. No.
How do you look back on 2025?
Actually, I think it was a good season. Well, of course, it wasn't my best season I've had, but still, it was a good season. Starting out with a win in Algarve, and then of course I had a crash in Paris-Nice, and then from there we started building up towards the Tour. And yeah, again, the Tour de France was the biggest goal of the year, and unfortunately I was not able to win it, but still a second place is a big result. But of course I want more. But then winning the Vuelta a España is also a really big goal for me. Was a big goal for me, and I'm super happy with how that went.
How do you look back on the team's 2025 season?
I think it's been a super good year for the team. Only 1 year has been better, and that's also 23, like it was the case for me as well. So winning the Giro d'Italia and the Vuelta a España in the same year is already quite a big achievement, and then also winning the Tour de France Femmes and also second in the men's race it's a lot of big results. It's
a good season. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But we're biased, of course. You started with a win in Algarve, then you had that crash in Paris-Nice that kept you from racing actually until the Dauphiné. Was that a difficult period for you?
No, I think it was more like we decided not to race, because of course I could have raced in Romandy or somewhere else, but we decided to take it easy and build up for the Tour instead. So it wasn't like it was a big injury, but I was put out of riding for about a week, and then I could start riding again. So of course then I missed Catalonia, which was a shame. But anyway, then we decided that we want to focus on the Tour de France.
Yeah, so that was actually my next question. How did you shift towards the Dauphiné and then also the Tour de France preparation?
Yeah, it came quite quickly actually when I started training. Then the next goal for me was actually the Tour de France, or the first race was the Dauphiné. So from there it was just about starting to get back in shape, and then on getting on the altitude camp, and then we did Dauphiné, and then the Tour de France.
How did you feel in the Dauphiné?
I felt pretty okay, to be honest. I had a good feeling. I knew the shape was okay, and I knew that I could get a little bit better from Dauphiné to the Tour. So and that's also what happened as well.
So how did you feel in the Tour?
Even better than in Dauphiné. I think the Tour is maybe the first time since my crash in 24 that I'm actually up again on more or less the same power numbers that I had before my crash. So of course it has been taking me a long time to get back, but yeah, it was also a major crash, and yeah, it set me back quite a lot, and quite a lot more than I actually thought.
We started the race very aggressively. People even complained about us being too aggressive. But why was that the best tactic to try and win this race?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of opportunities there to see if you could gain some time. And of course, maybe looking in hindsight, maybe we could have done something different, but it's always easy to be smart afterwards. So yeah, I mean, of course, we all believed in the plan we had there, and we wanted to race aggressively to put pressure on.
Was it nice to race like that?
I liked it, yes. It was a different way of racing than we normally did in the past. I liked it that it was a bit more on feeling, and that we were more aggressive. And I don't say you need to race like that always, but at least for once it was nice to try it.
And yeah, I think it's fair to say that we have tried everything to win the race. You were also far above the competition that was behind you, because you were like 6 minutes ahead of the number 3, but one man was better. Did you still keep like believing and kept the full faith until the end, or how was that for you mentally?
Of course, I think at one point I had a few bad days, which made a major difference in the race. And at that point, I still believed that I could win the race. And yeah, I still believed in myself, and that we later on could take the time back. Of course, looking now, it was not possible to take the time back, unfortunately. And yeah, we also just have to admit that the best guy in the Tour de France this year won the race. But that also should give us more motivation for next year.
That's a nice answer to hear. I think all the fans want to hear that. Was it a consolation for you to see Wout win that final stage?
Yeah, it was really nice to see Wout also winning again in the Tour de France. Both him and I had a major crash at the same time, and I think maybe the both of us has been struggling a little bit since then. And then it's really nice to see him winning on the Champs-Élysées, and I was super happy for him as well.
Did that do something with you also towards your next goal? I don't know. Maybe it's nice to continue on winning the final race you were in compared to not winning it.
No, for sure. I mean, it gave me also motivation towards the Vuelta. And as I said before, seeing Wout win is always nice, and yeah, he really deserves the win there, and he's been fighting so much for it. So it's really nice to see him winning, and yeah, it also makes me to want to win in the Vuelta a España.
How did you prepare for La Vuelta?
First I went home to Denmark to relax a bit for a good week, and then actually the time was pretty short between the Tour and Vuelta. It was only less than 4 weeks, so of course it's not a lot you can do there. So I went back to Denmark, and then after a while I went to France and together with my family, and then I had some support from the team as well, and riding we're in nice weather and in the mountains, so was a good period, a short period, because then I could train for more or less 2 weeks, and then I had to go to the Vuelta.
What was the plan going into the Vuelta?
It was actually to be a bit more conservative, because we knew that there were so many uphill finishes that you could really burn yourself if you would go for all of them. So we chose, or we made the tactic before the race that we wanted to go for more stage hunting towards the end, and yeah, of course, then if there was opportunities, we would also take it. But we wouldn't kill the whole team on pulling on stage 2, for example. But yeah, then the opportunity was there, and yeah, then I took it. And again on stage 9, somebody else was pulling, and yeah, then I just felt super great. And I always learned in racing that the days you feel good, you have to take advantage of it.
Yeah, if I look at that Vuelta from a tactical perspective, it feels like a lot of adaptation was necessary. You know, like you say, first the plan was to be conservative, but at the same time, the biggest time gap you made was in stage 9.
Yes.
While that was not the plan. So both in a positive way, you needed to adapt, but then after the first resting day, you also needed to adapt to the plan, because then when the plan was to be more aggressive and try to win stages, but then you also need to adapt, right?
Yeah. So after the first rest day, I got a bit sick. So of course, then at first I was thinking I can still win. So already on stage 11 to Bilbao, I put the whole team on the front, and yeah, then I was still in the mix there to win, but then the stage got cancelled, and again on stage 13 to the Angliru, I wanted to win and still believed I could win, but I had to change the plan halfway through the stage to defending rather than attacking.
What does it say about you as a cyclist, the fact that you are able to switch that button so quickly?
Well, I think it's more to switch the other way, from being defensively to attacking could be harder for someone, because sometimes you want to attack, but then that's not possible, and then you just have to focus on following, where if you just want to follow, but then all of a sudden you have to attack, it can be more difficult.
To me, it says that you are also instinctively and tactically a very strong rider.
Yeah, I think one thing is that you make your tactic before the race, and I guess in recent years we've got a bit of critics about that. We make a plan and we're very robotic, but I think also there we showed that we do follow our instincts, and that if one day I feel great on the bike, then I'm gonna go for the stage. So because that's how I want to race as well. And there on stage 9, for example, it was not at all the plan, but then we came to the climb and I was just feeling great. And as I said before, when you have the legs to it, you have to take advantage of it.
Isn't that a very valuable lesson or takeaway from that Vuelta?
I guess so. But I kind of knew it already before that. I always more or less follow my instinct, that if I feel like there is a possibility. And it also happened in the Tour de France in 23, for example, on the Marie Blanc. It was also the plan to be defensive that day, but then sometimes you just feel that either yourself is good or the other one is less good. So then you have to try to take advantage of it.
Yeah, something that Tom Bonus said, I think. Sometimes you don't need a plan, but just big balls.
I think you need a plan, but you also need big balls.
So that was the story of the second part of the Vuelta until actually the day before the final stage, where you again were able to finish it off. That must have been a very nice feeling, no?
It was. Because I had been struggling since stage 10, more or less, until stage 18 or 19. And then from that moment, I started to feel a little bit better again. So stage 20 was the first day that I actually felt better again. And that was on the Bola del Mundo. So, of course, that was a good moment to start to feel better. And then to finish it off in that way. It was really nice, I think, also for me to come back like that. I would have liked to win one of the days that I put the team on the front, but yeah, that then I could win there instead.
Still you come away with 3 stage victories, so
Yes,
it's not bad, I
it
think.
was nice. It was a nice race. Yeah.
And we cannot go past the fact that you had to celebrate the victory on top of a cooler in the parking lot of the team hotel. In the end, I think it's fair to say that that was a historical celebration as well. But of course, it was also a shame for cycling what happened there.
Yes.
I remember also the desperation and a bit of like question marks above everyone's head when you guys returned back to the team hotel, where it was a bit unclear about what would happen. When did it occur to you, okay, maybe we can still make something out of this?
Oh yeah, when did it occur? I think first of all I got back there and I was quite disappointed because of course you want to have some kind of celebration, but then I felt like that was taken away from me, obviously. So came back and disappointed, and yeah, I took a box of chips and a beer, sit in the back of the bus, and yeah, I was sitting there for actually quite a while, and then the riders came in and we had a beer together, and all of a sudden, I can't remember who, but came in to the bus and said, we're working on a celebration here in the parking lot. We'll try to gather everyone. And then, yeah, eventually everyone came there, and it was, for me personally, it's one of the most memorable, podium ceremonies I've had.
I think you have had none other like this.
No.
I think it must have been either Richard Plugge or Jasper Sijs bringing that message to you. I remember also you in the back of the bus in the locker room with Mats Pedersen and Ricciutello and Jay Vine, I think, just waiting for the coolers to be lined up, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was that like? What did you guys talk about?
Yeah, I think first of all we talked about what happened there in the States, and that it was a shame that we couldn't have the celebration, and that then it was nice that we could do this. And yeah, I remember Matt said that he didn't really care too much, but I think afterwards he also realized that actually it was a really nice experience, and I think he's happy that it also happened. Yeah.
I think it was for every cyclist at least, and also for the public, was a very special thing to have witnessed or be a part of.
Yeah.
How did you feel standing on top of that big cooler box?
Yeah, it was special. It was a bit unstable, so I had to be a bit careful not to fall down. But no, it was really special, and also with the crowd, it was more, how to say it?
Intimate.
Intimate. It was a more intimate experience on the podium. Something that I never tried before, because when you're in the podium in Madrid or in Paris, it's big, it's nice, but it's also not intimate in the same way.
So, what did you take away in the end of that Vuelta?
Actually, a lot of good things, I would say. Really happy that we got the celebration, first of all, and also really happy about how everything went there. Of course, I would have preferred not to get sick, but now I still won 3 stages and I've won the Vuelta, which is also a super big race, and I'm super happy with winning that race as well.
All right. After that, you started in the Europeans, but I think also after it was quite a busy season, you needed some time off, right?
Yeah, so actually, I mean, I was happy that I did the Europeans to try it for once, and to be honest, looking back, maybe I could have seen it happening, because after the Vuelta, I was, I guess, with both preparing for the tour, doing the tour during the Vuelta, getting sick throughout the Vuelta, it had taken a lot out of me, and I needed to rest, and I I needed to rest more than I actually thought. So I think after 5-6 days, I gave it a shot and I went on the bike for 2 hours. But immediately I could feel that it's better that the body wasn't ready, and I needed more rest. So actually it took me another week from there to be able to train properly. So it's not like I didn't want it, but I just, the body couldn't handle it at that moment. So from when I started training, I had about a week of training, and then I went to the Europeans, and of course then, the result is not what I was hoping for.
So what did you do to rest after that?
But then I only had a few days of rest, and then I kept training actually until Andorra, or actually until I went to Japan. And then I had a bit of off-season there. Or I didn't train like normal, but
You didn't train like you were preparing for the Tour de France, I
No.
would say.
I was maybe doing 3-4 rides a week, about that, and then doing some intervals and keeping the engine running a bit. And then once I went to Japan, I took my proper off-season.
So your off-season was traveling in Japan, or?
Yeah, so we went to I went to do the criterium there, and then afterwards we went on sightseeing in Japan, both in Tokyo, but also in other cities.
That must have been, I think, a very nice experience, no? Because also, I guess, not a lot of people know you there.
No, and exactly, not a lot of people know me. I think actually, to be honest, it was only one time that I got recognized there. Of course, when I do the criterium, all the fans come. But outside of that, really, no people know me there. And it was nice to experience how Japan is as well. I really enjoyed Japan. It's really a nice country, actually.
And then you took some more rest, and maybe you've started training now already in the nice Danish weather, or what have you done?
I think the first training you do, you always think, oh shit, am I ever gonna get back in shape again? But then once you've done 3-4 trainings, you already realize that the feeling is already a lot better than the first training. So now, I'm here in Holland. And now after this, I will start training, and then we go on training camp in December.
All right. Well, that's it, I think, about 2025 for you. Maybe one final question. What can we wish you for 26?
How do you mean? What can
You can choose everything. I don't know. Maybe you want to learn how to cook something special, but can also be a cycling goal.
Yeah, so I don't know how much I can say yet in a podcast or on YouTube.
Nothing about the calendar.
No, but I mean, even what I would wish for is probably not good to say here.
Okay.
That's already telling more than I should.
So that's we will stay with a bit of a with question mark. Maybe we can answer this at the team presentation, for example. Maybe we can keep the people tuned in for that, and then Jonas will reveal his big wish.
Yes.
For 2026.
Yep, we'll do that.
All right, let's make a deal. Then I only have to say thank you for listening to everyone, to the off-season tapes of Inside the Beehive. Don't forget to subscribe or comment to our podcast channel or to our YouTube channel. There's plenty of other interesting episodes coming with some other riders of the team. So see you next time. Ciao.
Inside the Beehive was brought to you by Visma, Cervelo and Lease.